Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Property Management 101, and today I'll be sharing with you 3 tips to help you gain more owners and investors. This video will really apply best for those that work on the single-family management side of the industry, but a lot of the practices that I'll be sharing with you today will also work well if you're working with maybe an investor or an owner that also has some smaller multifamily properties as well. There are lots of steps you can take to position yourself to be more attractive to gain more owners and investors, but I would always recommend that everyone starts with at least these 3 practices that I'll be sharing with you today. The idea of this video actually came from a recent comment to one of the videos, so thank you very much for all those that were commenting, asking questions, because it actually sparked the idea to have this video topic today. So please keep those comments coming. And the first best practice that you want to consider is you want to find a good local real estate agent. Now, before I begin, the key point you really want to consider is you want to find a real estate agent that primarily works with investors. You don't necessarily want to find an agent that looks to buy and sell homes traditionally for someone that's looking to move in of that home. And that's something that you really want to keep in mind. You want someone that's primarily for most of their business working with investors, not on the side of the business that really does not pertain to us. Typically, if an investor doesn't know the area that well, they're going to be reaching out to that agent to give them some guidance of maybe some vendors to work with, maybe a property manager. So you really want to make sure you're a top of mind for that agent to strongly recommend you. And this is something you're really going to need to build that relationship up with that agent. You really want to take them out to a lunch or have a meeting, meet them face to face, talk about your services, talk about why you're better than some of the competition in your area. And you also want to make sure as your performance of these investments go well, you want to share that back to the agent because you really want to make sure that you have strong credibility with that agent so they continue to refer you for any future clients you're working with, because you want to make sure that agent has a lot of confidence in your ability, because they know if you're performing well for their investments, they're more likely to buy more investments in the future. The second practice you always want to make sure you're doing to build your owner investment base is you want to find a local investor meetup group. Now, I would really recommend you find one that's a face-to-face meetup group. I do believe there's a lot of benefits to online groups and online meetups and video calls, but I know the face-to-face meetups hold a lot more value, and they're going to have the better ability to really get a firm grip on who you are, the services you provide, your competitive advantage, how you answer questions, how your people skills are. And this will be really important for them as you can build more confidence and credibility with them by meeting them face-to-face. One of the things about this is you really want to make sure that you're actually contacting the organizer of the group first to see if you could also attend and maybe present to talk to the group as a whole as far as your services and your competitive advantages. The other great thing about these meetup groups is you really can find out a lot of great information about what the investors are looking for, maybe their pain points, what are their asset strategies, what submarkets they looking to invest in within your area. Also, once you know their strategies, you can better speak to maybe how you operate and why they should choose you over maybe some other property managers in the area. I would strongly recommend trying to attend these as much as possible. Even if you're not able to present, you're gonna have some really good networking opportunities and conversations that you can have on the side of these meetings. I hope so far you're enjoying this video and learning something new. If so, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. And the last best practice that you want to consider is having a strong searchable SEO. What an SEO stands for is Search Engine Optimizer. And what this basically means is if someone goes to a search engine online and types "find property manager in my area," if you have a strong SEO, you're more likely to appear on that first page and very high up. And that's ultimately what you want. To have a strong SEO, you would also want to have a strong website, good social media pages, a good strong LinkedIn page, and you also want to make sure that these are all consistent as far as your services, your pricing, and your contact information. By having a strong SEO, you're really going to be more attractive to any investor that's either local or even out of state, that's either a potential or current investor, find you and look up your services. Unless you have a strong digital marketing background, this is not something you want to do on your own. I would highly recommend that you find and outsource this project, as this is something you really want to leave it up to the experts. This will very much be money well spent. You don't want to limit your ability to be found because you didn't want to spend that extra dollars to really make sure that you have a strong online presence. I think you're going to find that this may be the best way you generate leads, rather than maybe the local meetup group or even finding a strong real estate agent that works with investors. And a bonus tip for you today: also look at your current investors that you have under management and look to see if they have abilities to either grow their own portfolio or refer another investor to hire you as their property manager. And you can do this a couple of different ways to incentivize them. You could possibly offer a reduced or waived fees if they either bring on a new asset under your portfolio or if they refer someone that brings an asset under your portfolio. You could also maybe offer some services that you typically charge for, like for example, providing an extra inspection of their property. To recap today's video, number one, you want to make sure you find a good local real estate agent that works with investors. Number two, you want to find a good investor local group to meet up with. Number three, you really want to make sure you have a strong SEO. And the bonus tip, you want to lean on your current investors. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my why I do this video. And if you have any questions about this video or any of my videos, feel free to comment. I'll be happy to address it for you. And if you did like this video and learned something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. And if you haven't already, please also like our LinkedIn and our Instagram page for industry news, polls, and video releases. Happy leasing!